Hello, guys, and welcome to the Jellyfish Manifesto. I'm Dylan with my co-host Eric, and today we are interviewing
Lori Cook.
Lori Cook. You do mostly tie-dye, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'd say that's fair.
Okay. And we are going to start with our jellyfish fact. So box jellyfish have eyes and can see. So most jellyfish only sense light. I can talk, I promise. But the box jellyfish can see using 24 eyes spread across the four sides of their body. So that gives them 360 degrees of vision, better than most animals. Okay? That's our jellyfish fact.
So
That's
what made
good
you
to
get
know.
started into creating custom T-shirts and everything?
I'm an old Deadhead. I've been enjoying that since 1982. I love the scene, the colors, people, the vibe, and needed to make a little bit of money to help support that. So I started making my own tie-dyes. I've been doing it for 33 years now, but I could never make a living at it, traveling, doing that. I had a family, I had other priorities. So I always have done it for, my church. I did it for the city of Sydney for several years for their Parks
really?
and Recreation Department. And all these kids would come down to Custom Border and throw in shirts, and we would do like 70, 80 shirts in one day and then take them back the next day and pass them out. But it was a really fun thing. Done it for a lot of teachers when my kids were in school. I would do for the whole class, things like that. And then if I was ever going to a show, I'd throw some together, just to throw out and make a little bit of money. So we also did farmers market when I first moved back to Sydney. Did that every weekend for a couple years.
Yeah, my wife loves the farmers market. It's great. We go almost every weekend. They have some really cool arts and crafts things that people do there. So
There's a lot of really good local artists. There's another tie-dye artist that has her stuff down there now, and I don't sell locally. I pretty much do concerts, hippie fest, things like that. Plus, everybody's seen my stuff in town. They know who I am, how to get a hold of me if they
Right.
want something. So, and like I said, she's doing her thing. She's got some great designs. And Cosmic Dyes is, I think, hers, her tie-dye shop. So if you want to check her out, she does sell locally.
That's awesome.
fantastic, yeah. So the Grateful Dead community is very colorful. So that's where you sell a lot to?
Oh, yeah. And
It's fine.
Dead and Company, of course, Grateful Dead was done in 1995, and it's ironic that I'm here doing this week because this is what they call the days between. Jerry Garcia's birthday was August 1st, and he died on August 9th. So they call these the days between, and they're celebrating 60 years this weekend in San Fran with Dead and Company.
That's awesome.
Billy Strings, some other artists, guest artists and stuff. And I have friends there. Maybe I should be there, but I'm not. I'm getting ready for Hippie Fest next weekend. So, again, priorities. So I'm retired. This is what I do to make some money and help out.
So what exactly is Hippie Fest?
Hippie Fest is an organization that goes around. They have them in, I want to say, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Nebraska, maybe. There's a few other states, South Carolina or North Carolina, I can't remember which one, and Missouri, I believe. But every month there's one in a different state. It's just a bunch of people come in. Honestly, a lot of them just like to dress up and play hippie for the weekend. The real hippies there are the vendors and the artists, and they have illusionists. They have a lot of kids things, make your own tie-dyes, singers. It's just a really fun festival. They have music all day, food vendors, a lot of great food, and just a really good vibe. And then they're selling everything from homemade soaps, candles, shirts, anything like that. And then I've expanded to doing hand-painted jackets and things like that also, because I do other things besides. And I put my mother's 1950s singer to use all the time, and I'm making stuff like hippie pants and things like that too. So just to expand my inventory and have a few more things, we make these cool little shadow boxes.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool. I love a nice festival. There's nothing better than a good festival.
Oh, and it's really good. And there's tons of people. The one next weekend is in Hocking Hills,
Oh, okay.
in Ohio. So it's a great venue also. And if you come for the weekend, they have camping available and everything. And, you can hike one day or,
Right.
enjoy the sights as well. So it's a great venue. And then at the end of September is one in Tipton, Indiana. And I'll be at that one as well.
Say Hocking Hills is a really beautiful place.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it there.
It's very nice. It's a good venue, and it's put on by a great bunch of people. They have people on stilts. It's just something everywhere. Jugglers, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Well, I don't get to enjoy it anymore because I'm in my booth all day. But,
Right. So what's your favorite thing that you make currently?
they got to be these fun little hippie pants because everybody loves them. And I make the little belts, and then I make scrunchies and things like that. I don't know if the camera can see.
Yeah, it should be able to see it on
Yeah.
this camera. Oh, that one might be able to see it better, honestly. So, yeah.
But they're a lot of fun. Kids love them. I had to make 5 pair. I have 5 granddaughters, and I had to make 5 pair for Christmas. So that slowed me down. And then I just grabbed fun fabrics
That's awesome.
and cool little pants.
Oh, look at that.
And then here's just some of my tie-dye that you can see. I don't normally do other colors than, your basic 6 rainbow colors, but these were fun. And I have sizes from newborn to 5X.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got really frustrated with going to places and not being able to find a dress my size. So I decided that when I start doing this and getting ready, I'm going to make sure I have sizes for everybody. So
Right.
everybody wants cool clothes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
these are just some of my designs and what I do with these. That fun skirt.
That's awesome.
And then here's a couple of my hand-painted little clothing.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
cool. I didn't
That is
realize
really
you
cool.
could like hand paint clothing. To be honest,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really
that's
well done.
awesome.
I like the jean jacket too. That's a different material than I see a lot of the
And I
time.
never make things for myself, but I made this for myself. It took a month. I don't even want to do this for anybody else. But these patches on here, these are 30 years old, except for this one. But all these other patches I've had forever and finally found something to put them on. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to make. And people are just like, wow, where'd you get your jacket? So only one of those.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what I do. I do little stash bags and like scrunchies.
Yeah,
Anything that I can think of outside the box that is easy, doesn't take too much time, and stimulates me creatively.
yeah.
And
I
some
think
days I don't have any creative activity at all. None.
Yeah, I get that.
yeah, that can be a tough thing with any creative thing that you want to do. Is those days that you don't want to do it.
Or can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
old now. Sometimes my hands don't want to work. Like all
Right.
them tie dyes. I had to take 3 days off because my hands were swollen and
Oh, I bet.
they didn't want to do anything. So, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot of work.
I get smarter as I get older, though, right? So they say work smart, not hard. I found a hand crank roller, like for the inside of one of the old washing machines. So now when I rinse the shirts out, we're not doing that by hand anymore. We're using that. That helps a ton. So, and I have really good help. Let me give a shout out to my friend Jennifer Farmer. She comes and helps me do a lot of this stuff, like cutting out fabric for my jeans and stuff. Sometimes the scissors are hard. So she does all those difficult things for me. And she goes with me to Hippie Fest and these other places, helps me set up, tear down. She's there all day selling my things and, just being a huge help. Oh, and I forgot to bring stained glass. We're learning stained glass now. We've had
That's
3
awesome.
classes, but that's her. She's really good at it. And that's going to be her thing. So
Yeah.
I'm going to help support her with that. And next year we'll have stained glass pieces to add to our
That'd be
inventory.
a great
I love
addition.
stained glass.
Yeah,
It's
me
great.
too.
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
there's anyone who
exciting.
doesn't love stained glass, to be honest.
Yeah, and I told her, I said, that can be your shtick. You know, I'm busy with this. You do that. That can be your moneymaker. So,
Right.
yeah, I'm excited for her to get into that as well.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure I don't know a lot about the Grateful Dead, but I'm sure with how famous that community is for being so colorful and creative, there's probably really cool outfits that people wear to those shows and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This dress I have, I did not make. Another shout out, Lauren Rainey Weiss. She's a Deadhead from Colorado. She's an excellent seamstress. I had this custom made after my mom passed in the theme of Broke Down Palace, which is one of their songs. And she, worked with me and got everything I wanted, and she did an amazing job. So shout out to her. You can find her stuff on her Etsy shop at Fat Cat Patch. That's PHAT Cat Patch. So thanks, Lauren. Love your dress.
Yeah, we'll try to put a link in the description if
Yeah.
Eric can figure out how to do that.
I know how to do that. I've
Yeah.
done it before.
Yeah, we'll put a link. We'll put a link down there.
And I don't do online sales because I'm just afraid of it. I want you to come and touch it and see it. And
Right.
I don't want it to be random. And if I did customs, like I'm going to pass out, like if I don't have the right size pants and somebody really wants a pair of pants, I'll give them my card, but send me your pants and send me your fabric. Otherwise, no.
Right.
Because you can't, sizing is weird. Length is weird for kids. You never know how long it needs to be. So,
Which, by the way, I'm wearing one of her shirts, and it's super soft and comfortable, and it fits me perfectly. So, yeah.
That's my big thing with clothes shopping. I don't buy a lot of clothes online because I want to feel what the fabric feels like. So I completely understand. I'm not a huge fan of buying things like that online.
oh yeah, and that, and I'm just not interested in doing that. Everyone's like, "Why don't you have an Etsy?" And I'm like, "No, then it's work.
Yeah.
I can still say I'm retired and I do this for fun
Right.
because I'm not pressed to make so much money every month." So,
Not only that, but there's so many different people on Etsy doing, it's easy to get lost on there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. And I probably should shout out my husband too. He's helped me a bunch with this. I wouldn't have that van if not for him. He's a Ford man, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get into the van because that's a big thing. What kind of year model? Because I noticed it was a historic van on the plate. What model and year is it?
It's a 1970 Ford Econoline,
That's awesome.
28,000 original miles.
Really?
And it was originally an ambulance. So it literally was a dead van, quote unquote. So when I first got it, we had sage inside, and no, not really. But that's fun to say. But he got it September, I believe, late August, early September, and brought it home. And he said, either get on it or I'm going to sell it and make some money. I said, okay. So we pulled it in. It was white to begin with, so I had a blank slate. All I had to do was take off the...
The decals and stuff.
No, there were no decals on it. It was just a plain crazy stalker van. Yeah, that's what people said. That's such a stalker van. But we pulled it in the garage. I had some help with from a graphic artist from Piqua. Her name's Shonda Fail. She helped me get all the images on there, helped me on some of the more complicated painting parts that I wasn't sure how to get the effect. She pushed the brush too, helped me a lot. But yeah, that's how it came about. It took 5 months from
That's
when we
awesome.
started sanding to when we got it done. And
Yeah.
we're not done with the inside yet. So, it's a labor of love. And I had a Dead and Company event to get to, and we just put it on the road. I don't even think we had the ceiling painted the first time we took it out, did we? Or the roof, because it came back later and I'm like, ugh. But I had to buy more paint. So,
Yeah.
and the paint was pricey, but I used it's an exterior sign paint, Blick Art Company out of Indiana. Great products. The perfect thing for what we were doing. We didn't know going in but it was really the perfect product. There's no seal coat on the outside of that. That's all just the paint that we purchased. So,
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we looked at it before we started recording, and it is really well done. I was impressed going out there. So
Thank
good
you.
job with that.
Appreciate it. But Deadheads loved it. The first time we pulled that on the lot, it was a little bit of chaos. I mean, it was Riverbend Dead and Company in 2021. Yeah, 2021 or 2022. 2021. But anyway, we pulled in. And I told Mike, I said, the heads are going to go crazy for this. And he thought, yeah, whatever. There was a line around it all day long. I bet there were 5,000 pictures taken of that van that day.
That's awesome.
So, and it, and they were so appreciative. People were coming around the corner like, oh my God. And there's lots of cool art like that out there. But like I said, I had 30 years to think about this. So I knew what I was doing going in. I had a lot of it planned in my head. A lot of it we had to change up because what I wanted here didn't fit or whatever, for whatever reason. But I'm so proud of how it turned out, and I love taking it. It's been photographed by National Geographic, and I do know actually Dead and Company used the front part with the dancing bears when they advertised, I want to say in 2023.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is
So they
impressive.
had 4 different lot vehicles, and my van was one of them. So, yeah, I was hoping they'd, be like, come on around, the boys want to see it, but
Right.
that hadn't happened yet. So,
I'm sure it'll be happening at some point. There's no way it doesn't happen.
oh, I'm sure
Yeah.
they've seen it. I'm absolutely 100%.
And that's the cool thing with like the custom jobs like that is nobody else has that van.
Oh, no. And it, people offered to buy it, and I was like, really? I got 11 grandkids.
Right.
It's not going anywhere. It's going to be a lottery when I'm gone. Who gets the van? Put your name in that.
Has there been any unique places that you've taken the van?
Because it's so old, I try not to go any farther than a couple hours out.
Right.
I would just hate to if I broke down, I could just go to sleep, in the back. It's okay. I have everything I need in there, but still don't want to be stranded.
Right.
And I haven't had it long enough to test that out. So, yeah, but only 28,000 original miles.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
But she's heavy, and there's no power steering, no power brakes. So, after 2.5 hours, my arms are tired.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, I bet.
So, but I'm hoping, like Jen picks up everything, carries on. My daughters and my son, they all know how to tie-dye, but they don't want any part of it because they had to help when they were kids. So they still, think it's cool and, support what I'm doing, but they don't want to help. So,
Right.
so
kinda that way
pass
with
it on.
dishes.
There's some secrets that are good to know that not everybody knows about how to get those kind of colors, the brightness and all that. There's a trick to that. So,
Yeah.
and I just want to pass that on because it's fun. It's just fun.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing about tie-dye is the process of tie-dyeing. It's just so enjoyable compared to just buying a short at Walmart or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mine takes 2 days. It's a 2-day process because of wait time and things like that.
Right.
But there's a pre-soak, wring it out, tie it up when it's wet, set it aside. Like we just did 96 in the last 2 weeks, and I tied them all first, put them on drying racks, put them in the garage, and then once you mix your dye, because it's a dye powder and I mix my own, it's the only way you can get that kind of vibrant color. Those are from Dharma Trading Company out of California. I order all my dyes there. Been doing business with them for 33 years. Excellent products, excellent customer service. Can't be unhappy about, the kind of products that you get from them.
Right.
So,
But I
but
hope the cameras do them justice because they are really well done. The colors look great.
Well, that's what I was
Thank
thinking
you.
about when you said that you're sure they've seen the van. Seeing it in pictures and up close and personal is 2 different things, really.
well, you can see every brushstroke.
Yeah.
So, and that's a lot of people think from far away it's a wrap, and a lot of people, have said nice wrap, and I'm like, wrap? No, that's not a wrap. That's all hand painted. But if you get close, you can see and feel the brush strokes. We literally, it was pretty dirty. I haven't taken it hardly anywhere else summer because I've been busy building product. We keep it in the garage all year when I'm not driving it. Finally pulled it out. She was so dirty. So she got washed on Friday. We waxed her yesterday for the first time. So she's looking pretty good now. Now I'm ready to take off next weekend, but still a lot of packing and getting it all inside. I'm pretty sure she's really heavy when we leave on Friday.
I'm sure, but that many shots. Yeah.
Is there a project other than the van that you've done that's kind of like stuck out to you? Like as like something like you'll always remember making or?
In 1981, I drew big Led Zeppelin fan before I was a Deadhead. And my brother passed away in a car accident in 78, and we played Stairway to Heaven at his funeral. So on the inside of the Zeppelin 4 album cover was the guy with, all that. I drew that in 1981. I am not a good drawer. Not at all. But somehow that came out of me one night. I still have it. My nephew had it for the last 10 years hanging in his house, and I just got it back, so got it all cleaned up and reframed it, and it's getting ready to hang on my wall again. But it's got my name and it says 1981, and it's really good.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm proud of that one. But that's personal. That's not something, again, I would ever sell.
Right.
But my grandkids seeing that and seeing how old it is and the date on it, you drew that, Granny? Like, they're so shocked that I can do these things.
Yeah, I think
and they've known me my whole life.
I think some of the more sentimental things are easier to make.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that probably just came out of you.
It did. And art is very feeling. You have to be able to feel it to do it. Or I have to visualize it. I have to mentally visualize, like that jacket. I thought about it for a couple months before I set out. I didn't have a pattern. So, and I can't do math, but somehow I can sew, and that's all done in fractions. Go figure. But it's desire more than probably knowledge even. And if I had to do it over again, I would. It would be a lot easier this time because, I struggled a little bit, but we got there.
Yeah.
So,
our first guest was a painter, and we were talking about the best art is the art that makes other people feel things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And if you can get that kind of reaction from other people, that's why the van's been so gratifying. The love I've gotten from the community and just people that are fun. Even the police in Sydney, I've had it down at the square before, would come by and comment on it about how fun it is and this and that. A lot of people think it's an ice cream truck, and I'm just like, oh, good Lord. Okay. No, but, and a lot of people don't know the Grateful Dead or understand the Grateful Dead. They think it's a heavy metal group full of devil worshipers or something. No, not at all. Not at all what it's ever been about. Like I said, a little jealous I'm not in San Fran today going to the Sunday show because you never miss a Sunday show. So, yeah.
So what's your favorite song by the Grateful Dead?
It has changed over the years. It depends kind of what you're going through in life. I've been able to find something comforting through a lot of different things. My son's a cancer survivor. Just different times. Like I said, we played Broke Down Palace. That's one of my favorites. Scarlet Begonias, Estimated Profit. I'm not about Touch Gray. I'm not about the popular ones or the ones most people are familiar with. That's your bathroom break song when you've been doing this as many years as I have. It's the rare ones that you don't get to hear very often that really, you're at that show and finally they're playing it because their repertoire of songs was so huge. You never get the same show 2 nights in a row.
Right.
And 60 years now, you never get the same mix. And they do 3 sets, so, and it's just like they play forever and play from their soul. And when Jerry was alive, those were the times, where you just had goosebumps. He was such a soulful singer and such a master at his craft on that guitar. So, you got to admire that. And like I said, the scene was always just so fun. And, you just met so many people. I have friends that I met on the lot 30 years plus ago that we're still friends today.
That's awesome.
So that's fun too, to get together and have the pictures. Back when I started, you didn't take pictures of anybody. You had to ask permission. I mean, it was a no-no because a lot of shady things happened back in the day.
Right.
People weren't, there was a lot of drug activity, things like that, a lot of bad stuff. But you knew where to be and who to be around and things like that. You were fine. So yeah, but just like anywhere, there was a bad side. But then this wonderful side of caring, wonderful humans that just came together to share the music and the love. And I've given away more stuff on a dead lot than ever in the world. So if you need it and I got it, it's yours. And it's been reciprocated. And that was one thing I loved about that community. And it didn't matter. And that spanned all these years. And you still feel that when you walk in.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I know Grateful Dead, not by their music, but by the people that like their music. I don't know much about the band itself, but I've heard great things about the people that go to the shows and everything.
Oh, for the most part, I've seen some whack stuff. Not going to lie, but for the most part, I'm overwhelmed. And it's fun. It's hard not to appreciate that kind of love. Especially like the first time I took the van and I got that kind of love. That was a crazy day. I mean, I cried just out of joy because it just filled my heart with so much joy to make that many people happy. And then to see it all over Facebook and people standing in front of it. And, that was like the picture of the year was a picture of yourself in front of my van. That was everywhere. Ireland, England. I mean, I've seen it everywhere.
Jeez, that's awesome.
So that's fun. That's really fun and rewarding. So
I see. Yeah. I think taking it to the festivals and everything is a better use of it.
Oh, yeah. And I hope one of the kids or grandkids wants to continue to do that.
Right. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because it's nice to have something that has an impact on the community. I mean, everybody enjoys seeing the van.
And I've heard that all over town. And I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't get out much.
I recently moved over here, and I don't get out as much as I probably should.
I do drive it around town occasionally. I've been to the farmer's market this summer, but I haven't been to a festival. So just like I said, I'm trying to build that inventory so when I do go to Hippie Fest, my booth is full and it's, I want that. Kind of need that right now.
So about how many like shirts do you like try to have ready for when you go to a festival?
I have, 144 on my rack right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot.
My hand painted jackets and my other stuff. So I'll have a pretty full booth. I have 3 racks, spread things out. And the hard part's, you only have a 10 by 10 spot. How do you make it so you can see everything?
Right.
So, but every time I do it, I learn something and, I've gotten another piece of equipment or something else that's going to help display, things like that. So it just takes time. And hopefully I'm there because...
Have you ever hit like a really bad rough spot with trying to be creative with all of this?
Sure. There have been times when I didn't feel it at all for months and didn't do anything. But sometimes I'll switch it up. And when I'm painting jackets, I'm kind of doing that for a few days. But again, that's something where, okay, I painted this much. Now I have to stop because this needs to dry or I'm going to smear it or whatever. So, and then you kind of lose interest. You get up, do other things. Sometimes it's hard to get back to, or if it's something like outlining, which is my least favorite thing to do, I'm a really good procrastinator too. I am really good at that. And as with most artists, we are very emotional people. Sometimes maybe I'm a little depressed or it's gloomy outside and I'm just not feeling it. So I don't do it. I don't want to do something bad just because I want to make myself do something.
Right.
When I'm feeling it, I know I can make it how I'm envisioning it.
And it's good to have that self-awareness too, because like that's something like I struggle with. Like there's days where I feel I'm not creative at all and not I don't have the energy to do something that I know I should be doing. And like I force myself to do it and I feel like I just come out with the crappiest product. You know what I mean?
Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself that grace because we're not supposed to be robots, out here doing it every day. It's too hard.
Right.
It's too hard. And it's, do it when it makes you happy. That's the key. Do it when it makes you happy. So, and I've smiled a lot in the last 2 weeks.
That's good.
Yeah, every
That's
time
really
I open
good.
one, it's like, oh, nice. It's like Christmas all day. It's wonderful. Opening the shirts is the fun part.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of artists that get too stuck on monetizing their art, and you can just tell. After a while, it just becomes more lifeless, and it's just not as good as the order work. So I think it's important to take those breaks when you're not feeling up to it.
Absolutely.
What are some other passions that you have outside of this?
My family. My family's my heart. 4 kids. He said 11 grandkids. All wonderful people. We have one of them is we did pretty well for an old hippie. One is a paralegal. One is an entrepreneur. We have a social worker. And now we have a banker. So I didn't do too bad, right, for an
Yeah,
old
not
hippie.
bad.
So yeah,
That's
but they're
awesome.
awesome, and my grandkids are really something else. So they come over a lot. We enjoy a lot of good times. We just got a camper, and we're going to be camping next summer and having everybody come out. And those are my best days of when everybody's there and we're playing ball in the yard or whatever. Being with family is what it's all about.
Do you have a favorite camping spot?
Camp Katoki, right out here in Sydney. It belongs to the Eagles.
Yeah.
And it's a camp there. We've had camper there twice before, but because of obligations and this and that, we're not going to be able to be here for a few years. So now we're trying to get back out there. Right now it's at Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse Resort used to be the old Meadow Lake Swim Club between Urbana and Rosewood, out in the middle of nowhere, which is another really nice campground. They have a beautiful lake and swimming area and fun spot for all the kids. So maybe we'll get out there once before fall hits, and then hopefully next summer we're out here at Camp Katoki again because it's so close and convenient. That's
Yeah.
why we
Yeah.
like it there. So, and it's good organization. The Eagles do a lot for the community. They're very giving and, have different things that they do. And we'd like to help support that at the picnic every year and stuff. So, yeah.
I think my grandma said I was 8 months old the first time she took me camping. And I've been camping every year since then, so I love camping.
Yeah, and the grandkids love it too. And it's just good family fun. It really is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's a nice time to disconnect from everything else.
It's so
Absolutely.
crazy whenever I meet someone, they're like, oh, I've never been camping before. I'm like, what? Like, what?
I've only been camping once.
Boy.
Yeah, I know. I'm a very busy guy nowadays, but I would love to go back again. It's great. We went when I was younger, went fishing and stuff, and it was amazing. I loved it.
Wait, the one time you've been camping was when you were younger?
Yeah, it's been probably 15, 20
I
years
need to
almost.
take you
so
camping.
it's been a long time.
I'm going camping in the van next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, it sleeps really nice. It does. It's no problem. 2 people can sleep on the bed in the back very comfortably. And then I have a camping toilet, best $80 I ever spent. So I'm all hooked up with that. We just have a little camp stove. We make breakfast and then buy, lunch or whatever, or dinner at whatever venue, and we'll have lunch meat, things like that. Bring your own beverages. We are good. I've got fans for
Right.
in the summer, that are electric, and I also have a Honda generator, a little
really?
small one, and that, that's a game changer.
Oh, I'm
so I
sure.
got everything I need now. If I was stuck somewhere, I would be fine.
That's
so,
awesome.
and Mike doesn't always go. My husband, Mike, he doesn't always go because he has other things on the weekends. But Jen and I always go, and that way he knows I'm safe and nothing I'm going to need. So got everything I need. It's the way to do it, and it's fun.
This is the best way. At least you're not spending money on hotels and
Oh
all
no,
that.
no! I went a couple years ago, and family went also, and they stayed in a hotel, and my grandson and I stayed in the van. So, but we were able to go in and go swimming with them. So that was nice.
You get the benefit.
Yeah, we got that little perk.
That's awesome. Is there anything that you want people listening to know or like to hear that you would like to like leave them with?
Follow your dreams and try to do it when you're young. I only wish I had the opportunity, the wisdom to do this when I was younger. So I started doing it when I was 60. I'm not going to be able to get in and out of that van forever. No, it's kind of hard to get in and out of. Like I said, no power steering, no power brakes. But maybe we can fix that in the future, make it easier to drive for me. But yeah, just follow that dream. If you have that one thing that just in your gut won't go away, like I really want to do this, just do it. Just do it. And if you fail the first time, do it again. So sometimes you got to practice a little bit to get there.
Right.
But it's worth it. It's
Yeah.
worth it to see a dream come true.
I think you're going to fail at the beginning.
Of course.
Yeah. It's guaranteed. And I think that's what drives a lot of people away from this sort of stuff. But you will fail at the beginning.
Well, with a tie-dye, it's really hard to screw up. And the same with the van. I knew that if there was something I didn't like, I could paint over it.
Right.
So same way with kind of what I do.
Yeah.
You know, I can fix that. That's no worry. So yeah, and plus, just don't worry. It is what it is.
Well, thank you so much for being on the Jellyfish Manifesto.
Thank you for having me.
You've been a great guest. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks again, guys. Thanks for showcasing my stuff. Appreciate you.
We
Well, thank
appreciate
you.
you. Thank you.
Uh-huh.